Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with allthingsbbq.com, and this is the Taco Burger. So the Taco Burger is essentially everything you'd put into a ground beef taco between two buns. We're gonna have a picadillo type ground beef mixture with some peppers and onions, and then there's gonna be all the fixins: lettuce, tomato, guacamole. So we've got a little knife work to do. We're gonna work on that filling a little bit and put together this guac. So first we're gonna break down our onion, jalapeno, and garlic that's gonna go with the ground beef filling. Just gonna put a dice on the yellow onion here. Looking for about 1 cup of onion, so just that half of that onion is gonna be all we need. Next we've got our jalapeno. It's up to you if you want to leave the seeds in or take them out. It's gonna be considerably hotter if you leave them in. And then these we're gonna just dice as well. And then we've got some garlic. We're gonna go for about 1 tablespoon once it's all minced up. Let's throw just a pinch of this habanero salt on here to help break this down. So now that we've got the filling stuff done, we'll go ahead and get into this guacamole. Just gonna do a really simple, quick guac. I mean, it's kind of what guac should be anyway, right? A couple of small, ripe avocados. Instead of doing much extra knife work, we're just gonna use a little salsa. Just cut these into medium size slices here. We'll scoop them out. We're gonna do a little trick today, make our guacamole in a bag. Kind of saves you some extra dishes. You can kind of just work it by hand. So as we take the filling out of the avocados, put it into a bag. So we're gonna use some green chili roasted salsa today. We just need like 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. Got a couple tablespoons of cilantro. Do a tablespoon or so of lime juice. Of course, that's all just up to your personal preference and taste. And then we'll hit it with a little bit of this habanero sea salt. Squeeze the air out of there, and then you can just kind of mash it by hand. Leave it as chunky or smooth as you like. And massage it to make sure all the ingredients get distributed evenly. And then what's great about this little trick is now that we're done with it, all you gotta do is cut off a corner and you can pipe it right onto your burger. Now with the prep out of the way, we're ready to get cooking. Today we're cooking on the Griddle. I've already got our potato buns going back here, getting nice and toasty. We're gonna pull those off here in just a second, and we're gonna get started on the filling. So actually toasting these in a little bit of beef tallow today. These are looking good. I'm gonna toast these on both sides. The potato bun's a pretty dense bun. It holds up well to this kind of taco burger. It's gonna have a lot of fillings in it, so it's really moist. It's pretty dense. It just needs a little bit of extra texture on it so that it doesn't just melt into all of the fillings. All right, so a little crust, little toast on the top, bottom there. Go ahead and pull these off. Now we're gonna get our veggies down first. This side of the griddle is at about medium heat now. We toasted those buns over low heat, but I've cranked that up to high for our beef here in a little bit. We're getting a little bit of beef tallow down to cook our veggies in. We'll start with the pepper, that jalapeno, and our onion. Hit it with a little bit of our Cattleman's Grill Mexicano taco seasoning. And then we're just looking to soften these up Let's start to get just a little bit of color on them. All right, now we're starting to get some color, starting to get some softening going on. It's better when you cough. We're just gonna pile those up right here in the middle. Start our beef over here on the opposite side. So what we've got here is 1 pound of ground brisket. Got a fairly high fat ratio to it. If you're buying it at the store, 80-20 would be the closest. We're gonna add to that a couple tablespoons of chipotle and adobo sauce that have just been chopped up. Hit it with some Mexicano and get a little browning going on. These chipotles and adobo add a really nice smokiness to it. It almost kind of like brings the barbecue into the Mexican or Tex-Mex kind of flavor. We're gonna spread this out to try and give it a little surface area to crust up. All right, so now that we're starting to get some browning on the meat, we're gonna add some pinto beans to the situation. Now these I just bought soaked at the Mexican market. You can use them out of a can. There's 1 cup of pinto beans here. They've been rinsed. And we're gonna work it right into the meat because it's actually gonna kind of help bind it together, that starch from the bean, so that it's not just completely loose falling off the bun. It's gonna be a mess in the end no matter what. But we're gonna do our best to add a little texture. We're also gonna add our garlic over here to the beef. And then the trick here to get these beans all incorporated into the beef is to smash them. So just take like our potato masher and smash them in there. We're breaking the skins to release that starch. And you can see already how those beans, because of that starch that's in the beans, it starts to soak up the fat. And all of a sudden this doesn't look all runny because those beans have soaked up all those juices and fat. And they're gonna hold them right there in there with the meat. So the last thing we're gonna do here is just work our peppers and onions into the meat mixture. And then this is ready to come off the griddle. So now we're gonna pull all the pieces together and build our taco burgers. So we're gonna start on the bottom with our guacamole. Get that, made that nice and easy coming out of the bag. Then we're gonna hit it with some shredded butter lettuce. This is kind of the bed that's going to soak up all the juices as everything falls down, including these tomatoes. They just kind of nestle some diced tomatoes right there into the lettuce. Now, make no mistake, this is going to be a messy sandwich, but that's because it's so full of flavor. So now we're going to scoop our filling. I try to press it just to keep it together a little bit. Right there on top. And let's hit it with some cheese right here on top. Sharp cheddar. It's grated really fine so that it starts to melt into that taco meat just a little bit. And we'll finish it off with just a spoonful of our roasted green chili salsa on top. That's it. Man. Stay in there, buddy. I'm coming for you. My goodness. That's a beef taco on a bun right there. A lot of flavors going on. A lot of textures. It's got a good amount of heat for me. For those of you that like it mild, one of the great things about this recipe, don't use jalapenos, use a bell pepper or Anaheim, something mild. You know, keep that chipotle out if you don't want to make it spicy. But you could also kick this up, you know. There's a wide range of variety of things that you could be doing to make this just a little bit different. The lettuce, the tomato, maybe you're putting pico on there instead of just like a more of a restaurant style salsa. There's a lot of possibilities. You can get it done in a short amount of time for a weeknight dinner. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out allthingsbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to allthingsbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.